Alex. Welcome to Be Brilliant. Do you like making things? Maybe you've wondered how technology works or how kids like us can help the environment. Together with my fellow makers, we'll ask good questions, make our technology, and help find solutions that can change our world.
Good morning. I'm dying to get started today.
Hi, makers. Good morning, Alex. Pee-pee, what do you mean?
Did you know the first recorded mention of fabric dye dates all the way back to 2600 BC? Originally, dyes were made with natural pigments mixed with water and oil used to decorate skin, jewelry, and clothing. Today, 90% of clothing is dyed synthetically.
That's right, BB. During the coloration process, approximately 10 to 15% of dyes are released into the environment. This is unhealthy for the plants and animals that enjoy the Earth's waterways. But we have a couple solutions that can help us make more natural colors. Hey BB, today's code word is biomaking.
That's correct, Alex. Here's a question for Mr. Lingley from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Sophia asks, a guest at my school grew leather. Is that real?
Hey, Sophia, that's a great question. And guess what? It is real. And it all starts here. Bioleather is made from a SCOBY, a symbiotic culture of yeast and bacteria. What we're going to use today is this. When it becomes a thin, leather-like structure, we're going to 3D design a bracelet using code, and then we'll cut the SCOBY, or the bioleather, using the laser cutter. We're going to be tie-dyeing t-shirts using dye that was naturally made from beets. That's all right here today on Be Brilliant. Over to you, Alex.
Thanks, Mr. Lingley. To help make our world a better place, the United Nations have created 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Last episode, we focused on goal number 12, responsible and sustainable production. This episode, we want to expand on this by showing you how to create new products by growing your own or using vegetables from your fridge or garden. Hey BB.
Yes, Alex?
I know you're dying to see this. Let's visit Rhea and Julia from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador to learn how to tie-dye with vegetables.
Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Julia.
And we're here in St. John's, Newfoundland.
One of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is to promote responsible production and consumption.
This means we need to be more careful in the way we make and use things and consider the long-term effects it has on people and places. We need to do our best not to create or use harmful chemicals or unnecessary plastics. Those things can do a lot of damage to our water, ecosystems, and planet. Sustainable production means we make products using materials that can be grown or efficiently recycled.
Here in St. John's, the best time to start growing veggies like broccoli or cabbage is mid-June in your house. Then you can plant the seedlings outside in July. I did it. It was a lot of fun. Now we're going to make something great that's not harmful to the environment. Let's tie-dye this t-shirt with my garden's red cabbage.
I'm going to show you how to make dye using red cabbage, vinegar, baking soda, and lemon juice. You can also use other veggies too, like turmeric, beets, or artichokes.
Get a responsible helper to cut up the vegetables or show you how to do so very carefully, and put each one in a pot with water.
If you have 1 cup of vegetables, you need 2 cups of water, or what we call a 2-to-1 ratio of water to vegetables.
Let each pot boil for an hour or more, and after you strain out the organic matter, you're left with these bright and beautiful colors. Careful, these natural dyes are very strong, and they could color your clothes, utensils, and counter, so be prepared.
You can see the dye running out of the cabbage.
So the strainer will make sure that none of the organic matter gets in the dye. So I'm just going to put a few spoonfuls of the purple cabbage dye.
So now we're going to put the vinegar and baking soda in a dye. And you're going to watch how the color changes. Did you see that? The color changed completely.
Look, the more acidic, the pinker it gets, the more alkaline, which is the opposite of acidic, the bluer it gets. Now let's color this t-shirt.
So we bunched up the shirt and put elastic around it so it'll stay together. Now we're going to dip it in the dye And we're gonna see how the color absorbs into the material. So it kind of looks like a marbly right now.
Just let the color drain out there for a second
Let's spread it out.
and see what we got.
Smells a little.
That's the cabbage.
So you can see some parts are still more white, but there's lots of purple. So our shirts are still wet, but they look pretty cool.
Look how great these turned out.
This is the one that we dipped in just the purple cabbage dye. And that was one that had the more colors. As you can see, we put a bit of pink, but it's mostly green, purple, pink. It's more of like a circle, but this one is more a random pattern.
No two t-shirts are the same.
Thanks, Ray and Julia.
Hey, Alex. I'm like SCOBY. I love warm temperatures, sugar, and personal growth.
That's right, BB. SCOBY is a great alternative to leather. You can use it to make shoes, wallets, bracelets, just about anything.
Thanks, Mr. Lingley. But we're gonna make a bracelet later in the show. First, let's learn more about SCOBY and how to make it.
Hey makers! So I have this kombucha bottle I got from the store to start a SCOBY culture. I'm going to put this in this jar. Now we're going to use living SCOBY culture to make some leather. So first we're going to use this rectangular container. I have sanitized the container. Now I'm going to put warm water into the container. And now I'm going to put some tea bags. And some sugar for the bacteria to eat. Now I'm going to stir it, let it steep, and cool down. Now that the tea had a chance to steep and cool down, I'm going to take out the tea bags. Now I'm going to put in some apple cider vinegar to make the mixture a little more acidic. The reason why we put in the apple cider vinegar is because the microbe likes environment that is a little acidic. We're going to pour in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Here is 1, and here is 2. And now I'm going to put in the SCOBY. So this is a SCOBY that has already been established. Oh, that is really slimy and gooey. Oh, these little strings that coming out of it is more bacteria growing from the SCOBY. And now we're gonna cover it with a cloth. Perfect. Here's a SCOBY that I made 2 weeks ago. I'm very excited to open it. Whoa! That looks so cool. Look at that. Whoa, that is so cool. And if you flip it backwards, you can see the mother's SCOBY that it started growing from. That's so cool.
Activity completed. Badge unlocked.
Now I'm gonna let it dry and send it to my friends in New Brunswick and see what they can make from it.
Now let's join Anna and learn about how to design a bracelet.
Hi makers, Sabrina grew the SCOBY, and now we're going to design and cut a bracelet with it. Let's get started. First we need to design our SCOBY bracelet. I'm using a free program called Tinkercad. If you don't already have one, create a Tinkercad account. Create a new design to get a new blank work plane. Your design will be given a silly name. Mine is Bingo the Fish. You can click on the name in the top left to change it to something that describes your project. Mine is SCOBY bracelet. Drag and drop a box shape onto your work plane. This rectangular prism could be easily 3D printed, but because we're using a 2D laser cutter, we will cut the outline of the shape out on the SCOBY. To download our bracelet design for the laser cutter, click Export and then download the SVG. Now let's check the file to make sure it's what we want. Great! Off to the laser cutter we go! laser cutter is all ready to go. Done. Thanks for joining me. Happy making. Bye.
What a great episode. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye, Mr. Lingley.
Yeah, bye, Alex. All right, BB, let's see what you're made of here. I don't know.
Make sure to check out brilliantlabs.ca for all of today's activities and how-to guides. And don't forget to submit your questions to BB. You never know, your question could be featured on an upcoming Be Brilliant show.